So last Law of the Cards Quickie did a lot better with likes. Probably because I invoked the name of his toastliness. How else can I cynically garner likes this time? Oh yeah, I'm like the best at this game. I know about all the cards. Yeah, this guy's stuck. He doesn't know what he's going to do. I'm so good at Arena. I know what all the cards are going to sit like in the meta when the expansion comes out. I'm just... What? Consecration! Oh my god, that card is so overpowered. That's right pain in the arse. Oh, this is just unfair. Hearthstone is dead to me. Broken game. Oh, I'm getting really salty now. It's almost like I'm Carrion. He doesn't actually sound like that. Do actually quite like him. Hello and welcome to a Lore of the Cards Quickie, which now has to be really quick since I've wasted episode time to try and get more views in the most obvious way I can. What can I say? I'm just an edgelord. Some would say that's quite a beastly way of trying to get views, and guess what we're doing today? Beasts! I'm so goddamn witty! Oondasta is our current expansion card this time round. This massive devil saw was a world boss added to World of Warcraft during the Mists of Pandaria expansion. A world boss is a raid level encounter which can be found wandering the world of Azeroth, not tucked away in instanced content. Other world bosses include, but are not limited to, the Doomwalker, Talna the Ageless, and the Shah of Anger. Oondasta was moulded into a weapon by the Zandalari Beast Ward. This division of the Zandalari military dedicate themselves to breeding, supplying and empowering beasts of war. Two specialised Zandalari forces are put to use to create an engine of war like Oondasta. Dinomancers use ancient tribal magics to both empower the beasts and bring them to heal, while lower speakers infuse some of the beasts with the power of their gods, the lower. Oondasta is perhaps the finest work of the Beast Ward, though they were never able to control him. Heroes first learnt of Oondasta while battling Lei Shen and the Zandalari upon the Isle of Thunder. Trolls had once ruled much of Azeroth, and one of their closest allies in the region of Pandaria had been the Mogu. In an attempt to claim Pandaria once again, the Zandalari resurrected perhaps the most brutal and ruthless of all Mogu emperors, Lei Shen. As the Alliance and Horde battled the Zandalari, who had set up several camps around the Isle of Thunder, they intercepted several missives. Oondasta was an unfamiliar Zandalari word that appeared frequently in these missives. Whatever it was always related to conquest and power. Whatever this creature was, the Zandalari were putting the finishing touches on a lower infused monstrosity. Whether the heroes found Oondasta before or after defeating Lei Shen has not been clarified as of yet in lore. They found the titanic devil saw upon the Isle of Giants, which was added at the same time as the Throne of Thunder raid in patch 5.2. It was as if this island was lost in time, populated by devil saw, direhorn, and skyscreamers, and at its centre stood Oondasta. Not only had the devil saw, as stated in the missives, been empowered by the lower of the Zandalari, Oondasta was also covered in armour and equipped with weaponry on top of his already formidable natural arsenal. The Zandalari had not yet been able to bend Oondasta to their will. When the Beast Lord Dohaman, who had been empowering Oondasta, commanded the devil saw to attack, the giant reptile's first action was to consume the troll arrogant enough to think he could control Oondasta. The devil saw's aggressive abilities were terrifying. It opened combat by attacking with a frill blast, unleashing energy that had been stored in its armour. This ability was so powerful it could wipe out most combatants in a single hit. Only tank classes were capable of withstanding the onslaught when using a defensive cooldown. The Devil Saw's crush ability wore tanks down, reducing their armour by 25% for 1 minute, an effect that stacked impact. This meant tanks would need to make sure to swap between themselves so this effect did not stack too high, but even this was difficult due to Oondasta's alpha male ability. The giant sought to fight only the most hearty of challengers, which made the beast immune to taunts. Tanks could only get Oondasta's attention if they generated the most threat. Oondasta's growing fury ability saw his damage increase by 10%, stacking the longer the fight progressed. The dinosaur's piercing roar, if it interrupted a magic cast, locked spellcasters out from spells of the school they were casting for 10 seconds. His final ability was also potentially devastating if heroes did not spread out. Spiritfire Beam shot out a ray of energy which had the potential to affect up to 99 heroes. Adventurers skilled enough to defeat Oondasta, or those willing enough to die multiple times, run back from the graveyard and zerg the encounter, were rewarded with various types of epic gear. Chest pieces, necklaces, rings, belts, and gauntlets. A lucky few came into possession of the Cobalt Primal Direhorn mount. As we've taken up a fair amount of time with Oondasta, let's have a look at a couple of beasts with next to no lore. The Oasis Snapjaw can be found in World of Warcraft around the various oases in the Northern Barrens. There are several types of turtle in Warcraft: sea turtles, land tortoises, and freshwater terrapins. All are similar in appearance to how they look in real life, just bigger. Naga fear turtles, as they consider them bad luck, making sure to give them a wide berth if living close to them. The Oasis Snapjaw was the very first turtle mob added to WoW, and in fact was the only one until the Burning Crusade expansion. Now we'll go over a card everyone wants to know about: the Carrion Grub. These carrion-consuming larvae can be found in the plagued areas of Azeroth, quite often found in the same locations as the undead Scourge. They feed by gripping a corpse in their acid-soaked mandibles. As the corpse dissolves, they suck up the liquid through their tiny mouths. The larval acid they secrete was once a prized crafting reagent. Carrion grubs will feed on any flesh, but that of dead mammals is the ideal. They can feed on up to half their body weight a day, and they are big. Since the grubs appeared in and only roamed the plague lands, it was once theorised they may be the experiment results of overzealous necromancers of the Scourge. But since they seek the flesh of the dead just as eagerly as that of the living, this is unlikely. The grubs spend their existence seeking food. They can't see, but are able to trace their prey using their keen senses. If the prey moves, they will pursue it until caught, until they are met with an impassable object, or pick up the trail of another food source. If the hulking creature ever needs to flee, it is capable of burrowing, as the Hearthstone card aptly displays. So, there you have it, the lore behind a few beasts. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, just like it, okay? I'm here, at home, alone, desperate for some sort of validation, and what I really need is for you to hit that thumb. The up one, not the down one, or I might cry. Just, please. Oh, and subscribe. Until next time, happy Hearthstoning.